This is your introduction to Photopea, or Photopea, if you prefer to call it that. This is the raster image editing software that we're going to be using in place of Photoshop this year in Studio 903. It is very, very much like Photoshop, which is pretty cool. So there's a lot of compatibility across both platforms. And if you have any familiarity with Photoshop, this should not feel too foreign to you. So the first thing that you need to do is go to Photopea. It is should be bookmarked already in your Studio 903 folders bookmarks. Mine's right there. If you don't have it bookmarked, then go to photopea.com. It's photopea.com, and I want you to favorite it and bookmark it and put it into your Studio 903 folder. So what you're looking at right now is the workspace. It is a web-based program, but it does not really hold on to your files in the cloud like Gravit Designer does. You can assign a URL to a file on the cloud, but mostly you're saving stuff down to your computer. This is the free version, so that means that we see ads over here. So you're going to be seeing ads on the right-hand side. Sorry about that, but that's how we use the free version. If you click under account, when you first log in, yours might be red. I'm already logged in as me under my Vista account. You should log in or create an account for your school Gmail if you can. This just shows you the difference between the functionality of the account types. There is a premium account that you can purchase and upgrade, but you don't need to. We don't need to for this class. The free account has full functionality, but there are ads, and there are up to 30 steps in history, meaning in terms of when you want to undo things, you can only undo up to 30 times. The premium account has 60, and there are no ads. So we're just going to close out of that. Like I said, I'm currently logged in. When you first go to Photopea, you'll see this landing screen, and it gives you the option to select new project, open from computer, PSD templates, or a demo. And you can do that there, or you can go over here to the file menu, and you can actually select file, open new from there. So I'm just going to say new project here, and it gives you this window that's like a here are all your different templates. Okay, we don't need to use any of these templates right now, but we need to pay attention up here to the name of the project, the width, the height, and the DPI. So we're going to call this new project, I'm just going to say P number intro Studio 903. And it's in pixels to start, so we're going to change it to inches for our purposes. I think our first project is like 8.5 by 11, so I'll just do that. And then I'm going to change it to 300 DPI. We're going to keep the background white. You always in Photoshop want to have a white background, unless you're working on something specific where you need a transparency, but always choose white because it helps all of your effects and your layers and your colors to work properly. So choose white. And you also have these templates down here with preset sizes that you can choose from. Okay, but probably most of the time we're going to be typing in our own measurements. And I'll click create. So there's the file, there's the tab of the file right there. This is how I close it if I want to, and you can see the name is on the tab. Let's talk a little bit about this workspace real quick. This menu up here is called the main menu. This section right here is called the control bar or options bar, and it's dynamic. It'll change depending on what you have going on your canvas. Over here on the left-hand side, this is your toolbar, and there are lots of tools down this toolbar. Some of them look similar because they're the same tools that are in Gravit, but they do slightly different things. Like there's an eyedropper tool, does something similar. This is your main move tool, okay, right here. This is how you get things moving around. And if you hover over each of the tools, you'll get a little pop-up that tells you what they are and the shortcuts that go with them. Over here on the right-hand side, these are your panels, and you can open them up by toggling them open or toggling them closed using these little greater than, less than symbols right here. It closes them or opens them so that they're minimized or maximized. So you can get it as small as you want there with our trusty ads over here on the right. It's really important that you know where your layers panel is. Your layers are right here. So in your layers panel, you have this right here. These are layer blending modes. We'll talk a little bit more about those when we get a little bit farther into Photoshop. You have the opacity that you can control by each layer. You have fill that you can control by each layer. And each layer you can actually click lock. You can lock the transparency. You can see that's locked right there. You can move layers up and down if you want. Once you have more layers, actually, you can move them around and shuffle the order of them a little bit. You can create a new layer right down here by clicking on this, and then you can change the order if you wanted to. These are layer groups. This is how you organize your layer by creating folders within the layers panel. This is something that's called a layer mask or a raster mask. This is an adjustment layer. We'll be talking more about these tools down here. This is how you link or lock layers. This is an effects layer that you can add to individual layers. And this is the trash bin. So if I created something I didn't want, I'm going to get rid of that by taking it to the trash. You can also hold it. Let's see if we make a new layer. You can click it and just click the trash and it'll go away if you're selected on it. So that's kind of your basic introduction. We do need to talk a little bit more about the individual tools, but I think I'm going to do that depending on which project we're on. So we're going to focus on specific tools for specific projects and start to build your knowledge that way. But this is your basic introduction to Photopea. And we will be working in Photopea for a few weeks, getting some raster image projects under our belts. All right, you guys, thanks so much. I hope that you are going to enjoy this new program.